it out of pools, even to make it out of pools at a tournament of this scale. And
Right.
I think these players both know it.
Yes, yes, yes. I completely agree. Okay, we got the thumbs up from our players. They're going to start locking in their characters. And I am, oh, of course, we have AndresFn and Bonilla.
And Andres, right, a player who has long kind of been known as one of the best Shoto players in the world. You know, we have another one here with Ostmo as well, going for the crescent kick here and just putting the pressure with that Hadouken, doing so much work and beautiful job controlling this gyro as well, Z-Fly. You can see the way he's holding the positioning under plat, trying to really pressure with some of Ken's horizontal combos to rack up this damage and set up for the nairs, for the dares, right, to find those spikes off stage if he can't find those two Shoryu confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, he really did just take away Rob's best tool being the gyro and then utilize it within his own combos. We saw some Z drops and we saw the corner carries with it. And of course, you know, Ken having that focus attack is going to make it a little bit harder for Bonilla to fall on top of him with the nair because it's only a single hit.
And finding the kick into the spike there, but unfortunately Bob right got that fuel in the tank to come on back and steal the stock away, right, spin to win on those up airs, and you're not getting away from that big body.
That was a great call from Bonilla because he actually saw, okay, Andres, you're looking a little comfortable, you're going to recover high. Guess what? He's got these spinny arms to cover your high approach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, right, just trying to control space, slow it down, play with that interior edge of the platform like a wall. But Andres has kind of been ignorant in the way he's just running in, using Ken's ground speed to its fullest, and really forcing Bonilla to the corner. He hasn't been able to get out of dodge, and now the only way he's going to get out of the corner is off the Angel platform on his last stock of the game.
Yeah, great call from Andres to take the trade. Of course, we all know how strong Ken's Shoryuken can be. It only took one hit. You know, usually that up B is really known for the multi-hit and carrying your opponent all the way up, but even with such a high percent, Rob only taking one hit from the up B, and that's going to be a kill. But here we go with another ladder coming from Andres, trapping Bonilla on the left side of the stage.
And for folks, you know, watching at home, this is so interesting because it's so different from watching just last week. If you watch Patchwork, right, Jazo going on a run with the very same character, but these two play so different. Jazo with the grounded combos, the parries, looking for the Shoryu confirm. Andres looking for these spikes until there finally goes for the Shoryu when it matters most. Keeps that DP right in the back pocket, keeps you on the mix, because guess what? It kills you at 80, and when you're not expecting it is when you're going to get the most mileage off of it.
Yeah, it was a really risky call from Bonilla to commit to a side B, because it does occupy a good amount of space, and it can linger. However, there is a bit of recovery, and we just saw Andres, as soon as the arms started spinning, he just opted to jump into the air. Falling air dodge. Okay, now you're stuck in lag, down tilt, classic Ken combo.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, this guy is absolutely explosive. We saw it through the air. We saw it last week with Jazo on the ground. Ken will find ways that you do not expect to take your stock, and if you do not know the matchup, he will make you pay. Bonilla there, you could tell, especially at the end, kind of felt it slipping through his fingers and felt a little bit lost on how to wall out Ken Masters. So he started swinging.
That is the question in Smash. Like, how do I wall out Ken Masters? This man wants to run at me, which is pretty on brand when you look at the other Street Fighter games. He runs at you.
Yes, sir. Ryu's the guy who's slow, steady, right? It's literally the tortoise and the hare between the two Shotos. Ryu is the slow, steady, measured guy. Ken is the one who says, gotta go fast.
Yep, gotta go fast for sure. But we see a character switch from Bonilla. We see Sora coming out, so not so much of the traps and projectiles that we're going to be looking for from Rob, but now we should see a little bit more aerial play.
Yeah, I like this a lot from Bonilla because you have that fireball still, right, to control space with the Firaga, the Thundaga, the Blizzaga as well to stuff out Ken. Also multi-hits that can get through that focus attack, plus the sword. The issue is that when you whiff, you get caught in the air. Ken can kind of do a really good job getting underneath you, DPing, controlling the space, because you do get caught in those floaty jump animations, kind of get caught over-committing from time to time. However, if you can play that spacing game, Ken can have a really hard time getting in on Sora.
But let's also talk about what Sora has in that matchup as well, because Sora, like you said, is floaty. It's going to be a little bit harder for Ken to rush down a grounded unit whenever it's sticking to the sky for as long. But he also has a lot more resources off stage, so he can take his time getting back. He can use the neutral B, he can use up B, side B, so, you know, fly around the stage and take his time while forces Andres to play more patient at the ledge.
And we're seeing this right already. Andres going slow, but they're trading out, finding the stock for his trouble. Now focus attack. And you see Andres use that focus attack a lot more scarcely than some other Ken players. They love to use it as a momentum mix-up, a way to get back down very aggressively. For Andres, it's more of a mix-up. It's more of that thing to catch you off guard and just keep you slipping, but you still can have that be reversed to get onto the platform, to find your way out of those sticky situations like we saw there. Even still, though, Bonilla is willing to pick it back up and force out the resources. Ken barely going to get back, and with the interrupt, able to do so. Beautiful idea from him.
Yeah, fantastic tech from Andres. Of course, you have to have the FADCs on lock. Okay, classic down tilt into Fireball, the Shoto combo. Now Andres has Bonilla on the right side of the stage, but again, using all the resources from Sora to take his time to get back. But you know what? A strong back air is all it takes.
Yes, sir. All it takes indeed. Now finds the falling aerial into the Tatsu. Has a huge opportunity to get things started, but great DI, utilizing the floatiness of Sora with that DI up and out to fall out of the Tatsu, find the reversal and the stock. Bonilla gonna get on the board here, but has a lot more work to do. Sora on Hollow Bastion can find some great combo extensions, some great juggles, but hasn't really been able to push Andres vertical at all, really forcing him to the corner, and Andres is utilizing that horizontal space that Bonilla is giving him to its fullest potential.
You can see Bonilla continues with this aerial approach. He's really trying to find these traps on Andres' landing, but Andres is just opting for landings that are so far away from Bonilla that it's difficult for Sora to keep up.
Yeah, Bonilla there didn't quite find his IDJ combos, didn't quite find those Arkham ladders he was looking for, so not able to close out just yet. Looking for the up air there to do so, but again, not finding its mark, even still, right? As Andres hasn't been able to find too much more, Bonilla is able to reel this one back, and from 46 to 48, just did not take too much percent, has given himself a chance, D-Fly, to get right back in this game if he can just play patient. Yeah,
now with Fire-Raga, oh, the Fire-Raga whipped, and that was actually an opportunity for Andres to really push his tempo, but luckily Bonilla was able to DI out, using the offstage to his advantage.
Okay, I like the roll through there. Bonilla definitely starting to kind of mix up, play a little bit more grounded, some patience here, but that one preemptive counter gonna give Andres a chance, finds the reversal, looking for the that nair. Instead, they're gonna push you off stage because you didn't find the right hit. I like Bonilla resetting there, using Firaga, slow the pace of the game down, bait out that fireball from Ken Masters, and again, just reset.
It's gone! He's out of here!
Dude, that was
a
brutal.
Fully charged focus attack. You don't survive that.
No, sir, not at all. And again, right, we were talking about it just before. A lot of the other Ken players use focus attack a lot more freely than Andres does. He uses it as a mix-up, and when it matters most, right, he was able to catch you slipping, won the game for it. That looked like it was starting to shift momentum in Bonilla's favor.
Yeah, Bonilla was definitely looking more comfortable on Sora, especially in that last stock situation. You could see those aerial combos were landing. They were racking up the damage, and I really got to give it up for Andres, because not only did we see like an attack land and get absorbed by the focus attack, but then he continued to charge it, knowing that there was not going to be a second attack to break it.
And Ken really looking like he's playing Street Fighter right now, just using the regular old story, not even the true, right, just DP, get off of me to get Rob away, even still not going to find the trip. Bonilla trying to get a little lucky there out of the corner for his troubles. Instead, Andres is going to keep the damage going with a read and a true Shoryu, barely not going to be the stock Z-Fly, but Bonilla is just running out of room to work with right now.
Running out of room to work with it, but now he's going to create some room, approaching to the other side of the stage, trying to, okay, get the gyro in hand, maybe we get some gyro combos. Oh, getting trapped between the gyro and the down tilt. This is a different Bonilla here in Game 3 for his Rob. Yeah, he's a little more warmed up now.
I think it's warmed up for sure, but also I think the center plat is really forcing Ken to kind of play more predictably, force him to get above Rob, which is exactly where Rob wants you to be. Whereas on the bi-plats, you kind of get a juggle, you get to control space a little bit more on the much wider stage, and play a little bit more at your pace. I think Ken Masters getting to control the speed of the game with his ground speed is where he wants to be, and Hollow Bastion kind of takes that away from him. Right now, though, the gyro's getting taken away, Bonilla having to just use resources to even get at it to stop him from dying, and I mean, Andres is playing this one perfectly.
Oh, even interrupting the up smash with the down tilt. And now you gotta start wondering, like, okay, there goes the Rob. I was gonna say Bonilla's kind of like stalling on the side of the stages for a good amount of time. He has to be running out of gas, but it doesn't matter. It gets cleaned up with the true Shoryuken, and oh, the snipe!
Yes, sir. Not once, but twice. Racking up those snipes in the corner to close out the stock, keeping this one nice and even. And Bonilla did a great job, right? Slowing down that game, living to 175. Even though he lost the stock first, no extra credit is going to be absolutely huge. Unfortunately, didn't have the gyro here, but able to slow it down, get the jab lock with that down tilt, keep the resets going. And if you're Andres right now, you are terrified.
I mean, if you're Andres, you're just looking for your opener. The Ken game plan never changes. Are you at low percent? Guess what? I'm gonna try and combo you to 80. 40%? Good. Here comes those down tilts. Here comes my approaches. My approaching nairs? Yep, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, Bonilla's getting caught here. I don't know if you see this, but he's trying to find some really preemptive options, right? Trying to read out these grabs, these down tilts, even at ledge, right? Going for the preemptive down air, and he's gonna barely hold on here with the burner boost. Uses fuel, he's got about half of it left, but now that he's on the ground, he's gonna start on recharging. But he's starting to swing preemptively, right? He's not reacting to Ken, and that's something you have to do if you wanna have a chance. And swinging preemptively at Ken Masters means that he's gonna have a field day.
Yeah, he's definitely reaching for these kill options, but also I kind of feel bad for Bonilla because he keeps getting stuffed out whenever he commits to an up smash. He's like, has to do like an up smash out of shield option, but Ken's quick attack just keep beating out the charge.
Speaking of quick attacks, quick DI mix-up there from Bonilla to catch Andre slipping and take that stock away. He's got you in the corner. He can steal this one away fast. I like the down tilt attempt to two-frame, but it doesn't find its mark. Instead, just rinse, repeat the situation. Going for a jab there instead of a forward air, though, means Ken's going to come on back. And Andres is not one to take that inch you give him lightly, right? He's going to try to take the full mile here. He just needs to find a way out of the corner. Almost gets rotor arm for his trouble, but this is a huge reversal opportunity for him.
Yeah, that was very close for Bonilla, but I will also say that it was very telegraphed as well. Just being off stage for that long and that close, it was almost 99% sure he was going to go for the rotor arm.
Okay, I really like that landing forward air, right? Space perfectly from Bonilla to be safe. Mix up on shield, and now get the call out, finds the beat loop, the 1-2 of that up tilt to fight its way through the focus attack, and now Bonilla has a chance. He's the one with the lead here, but as we've seen time and time again from Andres, right? We saw just last week with Jazo as well. Ken can find these reversals if he gets just that one hit.
Good grab. Just even checking with the up tilt. There we go. Bonilla taking a game, throwing some life.
That was disgusting. I'm just going to say it. That was absolutely disgusting. He went for the up tilt, said, you expect me to up air, right? I'm going to bury you. You expect me to up air. You expect me to up tilt. No, I'm just going to up tilt. I'm going to catch you out. Now you expect me to go for the up air afterwards? No, I'm just going to wait. You're going to panic air dodge. You got to burn resources, and I'm going to call it out 7 ways to Sunday with the back air to even up the game count. That, or at least go down 2-1, right? This is absolutely huge from him because if you're Bonilla here, not only winning, do you get yourself another game, but you did it in an emphatic fashion that shows you made the adjustments, got the download, and you have to get Andres to rethink his game plan now going into game 4, and I think that's exactly what he did with that read.
Honestly, I was going to say Bonilla probably should have stuck it out with Sora. I was a big fan of how the Sora game was going because you saw the adjustments. We saw how he was really adapting to Andres. So once we saw the Rob come back out and he used those same adaptations, slowing down the game. Yes, he had big hitboxes and hurtboxes, but still maintaining your space and playing at his own pace. That is what we saw allowed Bonilla to take game 3.
Yeah, he definitely didn't try to, he didn't go from
He did get a little antsy sometimes.
Yeah, he definitely, exactly.
If he cuts that out, then, we could see an even more dominating game 4.
But he also didn't go for nearly as many landings like we just saw there, right? That neutral air out of the up special. Well, because for Rob, if you do it out of the up special, it counts as a special move instead of an aerial, so you don't get that extra shield stun multiplier, and it's not even punishable on parry. So Bonilla is starting to use that more, right? You do Leslie's falling options to get called out less by DPs just like that one, and even though he's doing it less, he's basically got to cut it out entirely because Andre's now ready and willing to just swing on the ground.
And what a swing that was to commit to an F smash while your opponent is charging gyro in your face.
Yeah, and
that is wild.
After the down tilt too, right? If you're Bonilla and you just keep down tilting there, you just absolutely stuff that out, potentially get a trip, huge opportunity. Instead, you lose your stock, get forced to the corner. Now you have to deal with the Tatsu, the P jab, and the crescent kick, just keeping you locked in. Right, that fuel's down below half. You still haven't touched the ground. Finally gonna get a chance, but not too much more. It's recharging at least, so you have the resource back. Gets the grab, potential for the stock here, Z-Fly.
Yeah, great DI mix-up too. Great DI mix-up, going for landing the up tilt into up air. Fantastic conversion for Bonilla to even up the stocks. However, with the 73% and possibly climbing, you have to wonder what Bonilla is going to have to change here in Game 4 to be able to bring this deficit close.
Yeah, I like the starting to use that laser offstage, playing in the corner, right? Recognizing, hey, if Ken's under that center plat, that's a bad day for me, right? He wants to keep his feet on the ground. I can't land on top of him. He's got that DP to boot. But what I do have is when he is stuck under there, it's a perfect lane for me to aim my gyro, my laser into, right? And control the pace of this game, slow it down. If I can get underneath, then I can control the ground even better as well. So I like the way he's pacing this. It's just, Andres is adapting.
Andres is adapting, yes. Bonilla is still boxing though. Of course, the down tilts into Shoryuken, true Shoryuken, carrying his opponent just that much higher, making the kill that much earlier.
Okay, now the down tilt looking for the attempt once again.
Only
and even
one connected?
Yeah,
one
dude,
hit?
he just drifted out trying to catch the DI mix, but because of the B reverse of that focus attack, only one hit connected, and even though it's a multi-hit, if you only hit the one, it still doesn't break the focus. That back air from center stage, not going to do it either, not going to break the stock away, but you have to burn the top two, and there's nowhere to go without a jump. Rob cleaning that up 7 days a week.
And that's what Bonilla needed, too, because we saw such a big percent deficit in the second stock, but now bringing it to very close percents in game 4, stock number 3.
Okay, I like the Tatsu, right, finds a strong down tilt to push you further away, tries to catch you jumping with that Hadouken as well. I like the way that Andres has started to slow down his game plan, mix up the pace of his play, and really keep Bonilla guessing. Hey, now you're potentially one down tilt, one P-jab right into the Shoryu to close it out, and Bonilla just has to scrap in the most dangerous of circumstances.
Yeah, we're even seeing Andres like pull the trigger on the Shoryuken in just like these close quarter neutral positions.
Wow, the hit is going to be huge here, getting the grab, forcing the jump away, gets the read, and forcing the game number 5. What a call-up from Bonilla just when it feels like he's about to be written off, right? Game 3, Game 4. No, he sticks it out, calls out the air dodge read, off the up tilt, right? Gets the berry into the up tilt, and calls out the air dodge read. Both games he's won. That's his secret sauce that Andres hasn't had an answer for. It doesn't matter.
We said that Bonilla was getting a little bit antsy with his kill options. I feel like Andres was the one that was getting antsy. He was looking to close out the set as close as these games have been, and I think that's what really buried him in Game 4.
Yeah, and we saw, right, just like in Games 1 and 2, where we saw Bonilla, right, starting to get a little bit over antsy there, as you mentioned, right? We saw Andres starting to call out some of these Shoryus just raw in neutral, even out of just reversal situations, and he started to get overly antsy, and Bonilla was capitalizing it. And that's why those down tilts are coming out, because he said, I can see that you're starting to panic. I can see that if I just chip away, get my chip damage, right, eventually your health bar is going to get low. You got to pick that 50-50, you got to pick that panic, and when I'm in your head, I get that read anytime I want. Now Game 5's on the line.
Yeah.
Potential reverse 3-0. The momentum is firmly in Bonilla's favor. If you're Andres, you have to be sweating, because Zfly, you said the top 64 was the time for the storyline upsets, but we might see our first one in the first set of the night.
Oh yes, that would be fantastic. I mean, I'm no stranger to the upset hype, but you know what? I'm also a huge fan of Terry. I love me some Terry, so for Andres to bring it out, let's go. I want to see some Buster Wolves. Let me see the Power Geysers.
And well, Andres definitely has a Terry, and a very good one at that, right? He's very much well-known.
Oh yeah, I remember one of the Smash Factors, they had a Terry expedition with Andres.
Yep, but he's very much more well-known as that Shoto player, as that Ken player. And so seeing him swap to the Terry in Game 5, I think Bonilla is going to be asking the question, hey, Andres, are you okay? But Bonilla has to take all these adaptations and find them fast, because he's been the one fight to slow roll them so far. And he now has to do it in Game 5 against a totally new character.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, now that I'm thinking about it, because like we've seen Bonilla get a lot of percentage based off these projectiles.
But all the way out there,
a little bit too low. Unfortunately, Terry's not going to be able to make it back from that low.
And that's because just Bonilla occupied the space, threatened the back air, and so Andres had to wait it out. Bonilla pushed it to the absolute limit. It was just long enough. And now, even with a gyro in hand, Andres needs something. But I don't know.
You know what? The Andres chants are going on. They're feeling the Terry hype as well.
Dude, They are heating up. The crowd knows who they want to win this set, but Bonilla is not phased. He has played this game perfectly, and I'm going to be real, I kind of got to wonder why we keep going back to Hollow Bastion, because it feels like Bonilla's comfort pick.
Maybe it is, but I feel like, you know, Terry can get something. He's got some love from those platform extensions.
And there it is once again, right? The up tilt gets the read. Are you going to air dodge? Are you not? Pokes you away. Has to get every resource. And yeah, 3 stocks to 1. No go.
We haven't been able to see Andres actually utilize go.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just great awareness from Bonilla, right? Every time Andres is at 90, Bonilla is intentionally looking for something to push him off stage, push him in the corner, and then he hasn't put his feet back down again.
That is the game plan against Terry. But, like, we haven't really seen Andres actually use crack shoot either. Like, okay, here we go. Like, that's going to be the tool that gets you in, especially when Bonilla is committing to gyro play, to laser play.
There you see, right, as well, that spot dodge cancel attack as well from Andres, getting a little bit of work, pushing you to the corner, resetting the situation, doing it again here. If he can keep you between that gyro in a hard place, I mean, it could be scary, but right now the only scary person is Terry, who's trying to find a way back down. No resources left. Finally finds a trade to get it, but now has to get out of the berry. Andres, oh my god, he is really just like running out of room to work with.
Yeah, he is, but he's only 2% before we see that go meter come back. And that's where we're going to see like the true destruction of Terry come to alive.
Okay, I really like this. If you're Bonilla, right?
Auto
turnaround, the jab 1-2, gonna get it into that true input up special, right? That crowd going huge. However, Bonilla having the chance, the M2 there going on, and now we've got go online.
Oh no!
For it, and the whiff is gonna do it. If you hit that nair into that at go on the platform, my friend, that's it, right? You just steal that last one away, but it was literally pixels off from hitting. He had to buffer it to get the true combo to work, and Bonilla completes the upset, completes the reverse 3-0, and we don't even need to make top 64 to see the upset start to run wild.
That was crazy. Not only did we see Bonilla get a reverse 3-0 on Andres, we saw the Andres Terry come out for game 5, almost, just frames off from that power geyser from hitting.
Yeah, absolutely cooking, if I do say so myself.
Like, third stock Terry was a completely different show. I almost wish we saw Terry earlier in the set, because I'm sad. While I'm sad that Andres lost, I'm still a big fan of his Terry and his Terry cooks.
Yeah, his Terry absolutely did. It was just, Bonilla did such a good job.
Gotta give it up.
Especially under that center platform, right? Terry gets so much mileage off of things like landing neutral air as a combo starter, and when Rob is set up under that Hollow Bastion platform, you can't do that, because if you try to jump at him with a falling aerial, you land on the platform, he up tilts you, up airs you, and says, hey, get juggled.
But see, that's where crack shoot comes into play. That's where you got to utilize the crack shoot, and you have to do it at different spacing, because you know sometimes you have to mix up, sometimes you got to land in front of them, and like with the amount of lag that crack shoot has, like you can even mix in grabs.
Yeah,
so that's where you really got to utilize crack shoot.
And we didn't really see too much burn knuckle either, right? Just